Have you ever stopped to really think about the humble book? You know, that stack of pages or maybe pixels now that holds entire worlds.
Hmm.
Well, today we're diving into something really, really fundamental to human civilization.
Absolutely.
It's the enduring legacy and evolution of books. Our mission, basically, is to unpack the history, the purpose, and the huge impact these things have had.
Yeah.
From ancient tablets all the way to your e-reader. We've pulled together a stack of, well, fascinating insights exploring how these incredible vessels of knowledge and imagination have shaped us.
And they continue to do so.
Exactly.
What's really fascinating here, I think, is that we often just take books for granted. But their journey, it mirrors human progress itself. We'll be trying to connect the dots, between the physical form, the content inside, and their role in society.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Before we get into the really wild history, what is a book at its core?
Right, the basic definition.
Yeah, our sources kind of boil it down. It's a collection of written, printed, or digital pages, usually bound together somehow.
Or at least organized sequentially.
Right. But the why? Why do we even have them? The core purpose seems to be recording, preserving, and sharing stuff. Knowledge, stories, ideas.
And that raises the big question. Why have we felt this need, like, throughout all of history?
Yeah.
If you connect it up, books are just essential tools for education, culture, entertainment.
And definitely for history, right. Keeping track.
Absolutely. Historical preservation is huge. They are literally how we pass on what we know, what we've learned. Think about it. You probably rely on books constantly, maybe without even realizing it.
Mm-hmm. To learn something new or just to escape for a bit.
Exactly. Or to understand where we came from.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me. Books haven't always looked like, the paperbacks on your shelf. It's been a wild ride.
Oh, completely unrecognizable sometimes.
Our sources point way back. Clay tablets in ancient Mesopotamia, can you imagine? Pressing symbols into wet clay.
It sounds painstaking and heavy. Libraries weren't rows of shelves. They were rooms piled with, tricks of information.
Thousands of them. Think about the sheer effort. Then you had scrolls like in Egypt. Lighter, sure, but so awkward to use.
Right, you couldn't just flip to page 37. You're unrolling yards of papyrus.
Exactly. It wasn't until, the 1st century AD or so that the codex, basically bound pages like we know, started showing up. That made finding information way easier.
And it's those practical things, those limitations, that really push innovation forward, don't they?
Definitely. But even then, for centuries, especially in the Middle Ages, books were still incredibly rare. Handwritten manuscripts.
Copied mainly in monasteries, right? Our sources talk about how a single complex book could take a scribe maybe a year, even longer sometimes.
And they were beautiful, those illuminated illustrations. Works of art.
Which made them precious, valuable, really only accessible to a tiny elite.
But then, bam, mid-15th century, Gutenberg, the printing press.
The game changer.
Totally, this wasn't just like a small improvement, it was seismic. Our sources highlight this incredible statistic. Before Gutenberg, maybe 30,000 books in all of Europe.
Just 30,000. Wow.
50 years after his press, estimates jumped to 10, even 12 million books.
That's exponential growth. It's hard to even grasp that scale.
It completely changed who could access information. It basically democratized knowledge and fueled huge changes like the Reformation, the Renaissance. It's such a pivotal moment.
Absolutely pivotal. And that explosion in access fundamentally altered, everything, the whole intellectual landscape.
Right.
From there, you get into the modern era. Mass printing, publishing houses, spreading literacy across the globe, setting the stage for, the world we live in now.
And now we're deep in the digital age. Ebooks, audiobooks.
Expanding access and convenience yet again. You can carry a library in your pocket, listen while you drive. It's just a continuous adaptation, isn't it?
A constant evolution. So thinking about a book, it's clearly not just one thing. Our sources really break down the diversity here.
Mm-hmm. Different types for different needs.
You've got fiction, obviously. Novels, short stories, poetry. That's all about imagination, creativity, getting into human experience.
The escapism, the empathy building.
Exactly. Then there's the huge world of nonfiction. History, biography, science, philosophy, self-help, finance, you name it.
Stuff conveying factual knowledge, insights about the world.
And we can't forget educational and reference books. Your textbooks, encyclopedias, dictionaries, manuals.
The structured learning resources. Foundational knowledge.
Yeah. And then there are the really big ones. Religious and philosophical texts.
Scriptures, commentaries, sacred texts. These have shaped entire cultures, belief systems, moral codes for billions of people over millennia. Their impact is immense.
And what's fascinating is how these different types engage us differently, right? It's not just the content.
Exactly. Studies show fiction can boost empathy, understanding other minds. A science text sharpens logic. They exercise different mental muscles, you could say.
So it's clear books aren't just passive things sitting there, they actively do things.
They have agency, in a way.
Yeah. Our sources really dig into their deep cultural and personal impact. Culturally, they preserve traditions, transmit values, but they can also be catalysts.
Driving social change, challenging the status quo. A single powerful book can spark a movement.
Totally. And personally, reading isn't just fun, it's like mental exercise.
It really is. The sources confirm it expands vocabulary, sharpens critical thinking,
Builds empathy by putting you in other shoes.
fuels imagination.
Yeah.
It literally changes your brain's pathways. It makes you a more agile thinker, more empathetic too.
And you see that power writ large in history, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. Think about landmark books. Darwin's On the Origin of Species. It didn't just suggest something new.
No, it fundamentally changed how we understood life itself, and the debates still echo.
Right. Or Marx's Communist Manifesto. Its influence on politics and economics across the world was, well, profound and long-lasting.
These aren't just old documents, they were forces, paradigm shifters.
It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Think about your own life. Has there been one single book that just completely reshaped how you saw things or set you on a new path?
Yeah, it's a powerful thought. Okay, but let's talk about right now. The age of, TikTok, super short attention spans, instant everything. Do books, especially traditional ones, still hold their own?
It's a really relevant question.
Yeah.
And the picture our sources paint is nuanced. It's not a simple print is dead story.
No, surprisingly not. Print books are actually pretty resilient. People still love the feel, the smell, the physical object.
There's a tactile connection, and maybe even the aesthetic of a bookshelf, right?
Definitely. But at the same time, ebooks and audiobooks have just exploded. The portability, the accessibility, it's undeniable.
You can carry thousands of books on one little device. Listen while you're commuting or doing chores. Adjust the font size if you need to.
And these digital formats haven't just changed reading, they've changed writing too. Self-publishing.
Right. Online platforms have opened the doors for so many new voices. People who might never have gotten a traditional deal can now find an audience. It's democratized authorship in a huge way.
Which is incredibly exciting.
It is. So it's not really an either situation, is it? It's an expansion. The digital age hasn't killed books. It's just reshaped the whole landscape.
Yeah, how we interact with stories and knowledge.
But it does raise that important question.
Yeah.
You mentioned attention spans. In a world of quick hits, are we losing the ability for deep, focused reading?
That's the debate, isn't it?
Yeah. Are we sacrificing depth for breadth or just adapting? How do you, listening now, you balance that? Do you reach for print for deep focus and maybe audio for convenience?
It's a personal calculation everyone's making, I think, navigating this really rich but complex ecosystem. And beyond just reading them, books carry this huge symbolic weight, don't they?
Absolutely. They represent so much more than paper or pixels.
Our sources point to them as symbols of knowledge, wisdom, intellectual freedom. They're like the physical form of human thought.
Yeah, think about walking into a big library. It feels different, right? It's not just shelves. It's like a sanctuary for ideas.
Exactly. Libraries, bookstores, they symbolize access to all that collective thought, places anyone can explore.
But then you flip that coin.
Right. Burning books, banning books.
It's one of the most potent symbols of suppression there is. A chilling act.
Because it's not just about destroying paper, it's about trying to erase ideas, histories, even identities. It shows how much power we invest in these objects.
And that symbolism, it's not just abstract.
Yeah.
It really reflects deep societal values and fears.
Yeah.
The effort we put into preserving books, funding libraries, that says something about believing in progress, in open discussion.
While trying to censor or destroy them shows a fear of challenge, a need to control the story.
So books become these guardians, almost, of our collective consciousness. Surprisingly resilient, too. Ideas in books can be incredibly hard to truly extinguish. They can last for generations.
So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for us today? This whole deep dive, it really highlights an amazing journey, doesn't it?
It really does.
Our sources make it super clear. Books are these timeless containers for knowledge, for imagination. They've evolved right alongside us, from clay to code.
And they remain absolutely central to human progress, even now.
Whether it's for learning something new, escaping into a story, or finding inspiration, books just keep shaping us. Individuals, cultures, whole societies.
hmm Often in ways we barely notice day to day.
Which leaves us with a really interesting question for you, the listener, to think about.
Yeah, looking forward. As books keep evolving, what new forms might they take? We've gone from tablets to scrolls to codex to print to digital. What's next?
And maybe more personally, how will you keep engaging with them in all their different forms, print, digital, audio? How can they keep enriching your perspective?
What new idea, maybe from a book you pick up this week, might just spark something in you? Change a little piece of your world.
We really hope this conversation has given you a fresh appreciation for the humble but incredibly mighty book.
Keep exploring.
Yeah, go forth, explore, and keep turning those pages, whether they're real or virtual.